its newly elected government under Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras, Greece is standing at a crossroads. The Greek government is calling for another public debt restructuring, which is currently flatly declined by the so-called Troika, comprised of the EU, the ECB and the IMF. In 2014, DIW Berlin and its president Marcel Fratzscher already proposed an alternative option, which would be to convert existing loans into GDP-linked loans. Interest payments would then be linked to the development of Greece's gross domestic product.
Greece has a level of public debt to GDP of more than 175%. This is excessive. Greece will not be able to service this amount of debt in the long run. Therefore, the big question is, how can that level of debt be made sustainable? And the different options how to deal with this. And the least option we like in Germany and in many parts of Europe is a haircut, so a reduction of the debt. Our proposal at DIW Berlin is to say we don't want to see a haircut, so a writing off of the debt or half of the debt. What we want is that the repayment of Greek debt is linked to economic growth in Greece, meaning if Greece has no growth, it will not have to pay interest on its debt, but if growth resumes, if the country is growing, the debt burden or the interest payment will be higher. Our DIW Berlin proposal has three huge advantages. The first one gives the right incentives for the Greek governments to basically take responsibility for their own reform program. The second big advantage is it would stabilize the economic cycle in Greece. So in bad times, Greece would have a lower burden of repayment. In good times, it would have a higher burden. The third big advantage is that with this proposal, the Greek government would be able to repay more of the debt it currently has vis-à-vis its creditors. So also from our perspective in Germany, this would allow us to have better chances to get back more of the credit, more of the loans we have given to the Greek government. Greece urgently now needs to do three things. The government has to make a clear commitment to the reform agenda it has adopted in the past. So it needs to regain the confidence of the Greek citizens and of financial markets to stop the capital outflow that we have seen over the past few months. The second priority for the Greek government is institutional reform. The government needs to improve tax collection, needs to improve the legal system. It basically needs to improve the institutions of the Greek state. And the third important priority is to pursue additional reforms to strengthen the economy. AGrexit, an exit from the euro, is a political decision that is made only by the government in Athens. No one can force Greece out. But what we have to be aware, and what the Greek government needs to be aware, that a euro exit would most certainly lead to a political collapse, to an economic collapse in all of Greece. Moreover, it would also have a huge cost for Europe. We would also see economic costs for Southern Europe, and with it also we would pay a price in Germany.